This is supposed to be. Awesome. So it's interesting because it's not showing the background. Like the background is there, it's selected, and it's just not showing. Oh, I see. The background is actually in the back. Hold on. Let me see if I can change the view and then maybe the layout. There we go.
Mm.
Let me see. Let me see. Let's try different layouts. We'll just do it that way. Unless I think this is good. All right, this is as good as it's going to get for the first time. All right, awesome. Let's get started. So, first, let's welcome you to Marketing Gems. So, we are going live right now on 3 different platforms. I'm going to go ahead and start trying to get this to the group, but go ahead and start, Mohammed. What do we have on the agenda today?
Okay, so like you were saying, thank you everyone for watching. If you're catching us live, thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching as well. Like Miss Labeaud was saying, today we wanted to welcome you guys to Marketing Gems, which is our new show where we giving the real gems about marketing. And we also have a group, a Facebook group. So if you go on www.facebook.com/group/marketing gems, you should be able to join our group. And that's what we'll be talking about today. Do you want me to go to number two or are you going on
Well,
number?
I just wanted to mention here, I have my 1 million cups background just to let you guys know every Wednesday we also have 1 million cups Fort Worth, and that is at 9 a.m. And if you're a small business looking to glean information, looking for ideas and strategies, you can present your business. But even if you're not going to be a presenter, just being there and connecting with people, hearing the question and answering, going back and forth, and also offering your own suggestions and advice to another small business owner is a great way to start getting some mentorship into your life, some coaching, getting some of those critical questions off your mind, and kind of use 1 million cups as a sounding board, right, for any questions you might have. So we usually have 2 presenters to come and present their business. So if you'd like to share with the community what your business is and what your business needs are, go to 1millioncups.com/FW, and we will schedule you on a Wednesday morning. Put your information out there. It's free promotion. And then we will sow into you in that moment. You're going to get our best. And we have our team members joining in on that Wednesday morning as well. That's Central Standard Time. So you're going to get a team of marketers giving you advice in that chat box. So if you would like an example of what that looks like, go to YouTube later on. Not right now, stay with us right now, but go to YouTube later on at Labeaud Productions and you will see our live stream from that event today. And you'll be able to see what it's like and see the value in that. But go ahead, Mohammed, let's get started.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. And everybody should go to 1 Million Cup. It's very, very insightful. And
Yeah.
just like Miss Level was saying, it's free promotion for your business. So definitely check that out. And we also wanted to invite you guys to share the
Yes.
stream with your followers, share the stream on your account so that we can spread the gems all
Mm-hmm.
over the internet. And number two, drop your link in the comment below, the link to your account if you would like us to review, whether it's your Facebook page or your Instagram account. We're going to be doing some free audits
Mm-hmm.
for this. So please put your link below, link to your social media accounts, even link to your website if you'd like a deeper audit. But we're mostly focusing on the accounts. So drop the link in the comment below, and we'll be talking about that later in the show.
We only have 30 minutes with you guys. So what we want you to do is take Muhammad's invitation, drop your links. If you would like us to look at your Instagram or your Facebook and kind of give you some insight, put that link below. And then also put in your questions because we're going to get to that soon. All right, what's next?
Okay, next, the nitty gritty of today's marketing gems. We'll be talking about two very, 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 very powerful social media principles. And I'm just gonna ask the questions, and I'm gonna let Miss Labeaud, the marketing queen, talk about the marketing gems today. So, Miss Labeaud, what's the first social media principle for today?
So today, what do I have listed? I know we have two listed. What was that first one we said? What was
Yeah. So the number one was about teaching,
all
using
right.
social media to help and empower people with teaching.
Yeah. So you definitely want to use your social media to teach. Now, before you cancel yourself out and say, I don't want to be in front. I want to let the business be in front. I want to stay in the background. Let me tell you something, okay? If you were Coke and Pepsi, you see me throw those names out a lot. If you were Coke and Pepsi, that would be all right. But you are just starting out building your brand. Let me tell you something that I've learned from working with tons of big and medium-sized companies. The story is what sells. The vision is what sells. Your story, who you are, your background, what you're good at, what your causes are, what you believe in, your morals, your character, and all the things you do in the community. This is what will help to build your tribe around you. Think of Colonel Sanders, who walked the country telling his story, right? Think of who it was, Dave from Wendy's. Wendy's Dave. What is his last name? But
Yeah.
the same thing. They have a very similar story. You have a background. You have everything you need to make people fall in love with your brand. And that has to be what distinguishes you. In my book, so 101 Social Media Gems, I go into talking about the things you need to ask yourself to help you really niche down and find your tribe, because we live in a time of oversaturated markets, right? There's competitors everywhere. Everybody's online. Everybody's doing videos. Everybody is just, they're going really hard. And how are you going to break through the noise? Because it's so hard to get people's attention these days. You have to discover, what do you love to teach? What do you want to teach your customers? How will you bring value to their life? I have a client who sells hair, right? Everyone's selling hair right now. But what we talked about even earlier today was making videos on how to use her products and what are the best ways to design it, to measure, to do different things, to customize the hair, because that's added value. You'll see lots and lots of companies selling hair. Not many of those owners are actually teaching you and spending time with you, answering your questions. And so, what is it? You started this business because you love something, right? You started this business because there's a problem you want to solve in the earth. There's a problem you want to solve with your business. There's a lot of teaching inside of you. So whatever you're hesitating on, whatever it is, well, I don't think I look good. I don't think I sound good. I want you to take a moment right now. Okay, because if you're saying that, it's because you're not in touch with the influencers in this generation. Because if you go to any influencer on Instagram or YouTubers, you'll see they come in all different shapes, sizes, ethnicities. It's not about a black thing. It's not about I don't look like a model. I don't have the best voice. No one cares. It's about what's inside of you. What is inside of you? And if you feel like you should be getting more acknowledgement, you should be getting more visibility, here's my question to you. What are you doing about it? Are you really letting all of those gems inside of you come forth? Or are you hoarding information? Are you hoarding information? Do you want to keep information from your customers? Let me tell you something. I used to be a therapist for about 4 or 5 years, way back in the day. And one of the principles that I really harnessed in order to build loyalty with my customers and rapport is that I wanted to empower them as much as I possibly could so that they wouldn't need me and they wouldn't have to come to our meetings anymore. You might think, how counterproductive is that? How counterproductive? Why would you teach them everything you know and then they'll disappear? It's because before that person leaves, they're going to tell every person that they love about me. They're already an evangelist telling everybody, she's helping me so much. I love our meetings together. Our sessions are so great. I didn't believe in this before, but she's really, really made an impact on me. And so, in that same vein, don't hold back. And if you feel like you're holding back, I want to challenge you. It's time for you to increase your knowledge base. So if you say, "Oh, well, I don't want to give too much information because well, they won't need me. They'll be getting this information. They won't buy my product." Well, if that's the case, what does that mean? You need to be learning. You need to be learning more on a regular basis. Where are your mentors? Where are your coaches? Where's your mastermind? There are people who are multiple masterminds, receiving coaching, reading multiple books. Yes, Muhammad is one of them. I'm another one. I have 3 or 4 books I have on audio, just listening all throughout the day. So you have to become a master learner, and then you will slowly build that tribe. I have an example. Once I was helping this brand. It's a small brand here. I think there's one here, and they have a location here in Texas, and one and where they're based out of. I don't even remember where they're based out of, but it was
Yeah.
a small brand, and this guy, he's the CEO of this wine, right? And it's his grandmother's recipe. This guy taught me such a strong lesson one day. So here I am. I think I'm like the sales queen, right? So I'm just like, I'm good. I'm making my sales. I'm telling everybody all about his wine. And he just says, "Have you heard our story?" I said, "Oh yeah, I read about it. I read about it because they usually send us a deck of information about the company, and then we read about it, and then that's what we use as leverage." But I wasn't telling his story. I was just like, just talking about, "Oh, this is great. It has this in it. It tastes wonderful. Blah 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 blah." So this was back in the day, and so this guy says, "Okay, I'm gonna tell our story. You just watch me." So he gets out in front and he's holding this and he stops someone and he's holding a bottle and he said, "Yes, this is my grandmother. She's right here on the bottle. This is where we come from, blah, 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 blah." And he would stand there and tell them about a 3 to 5 minute long story. I promise you, every time he told that story, he sold a bottle. And I just stood there and watched. Like, I didn't do anything for the rest of the day, but just watch him tell his story. And he told me that people love those homegrown stories. They love to hear about a person who bootstrapped. It's a family business. We started from nothing. Here we are. This is what we believe in. This is about our family and our legacy. And he would use that to sell. And I'm saying, why aren't you doing that? Why are this business is important to you, right? You want it to last for generation to generation to create generational wealth for your family. Why are you not telling people what you believe in, your vision for the future? And then you wonder why can't I recruit people? Why can't I recruit the best people for my team? Nobody wants to work with me. Nobody understands. Does anybody understand your vision? Does anybody understand your mission, your purpose? Are you putting it out there? Are you saying those things? And are you teaching it? Right? So you have to reach down inside of yourself and ask with research, what is it that my customers need to know from me? What do they want? And I'm just not going to go out here and just talk about whatever I want to do and look cute on Instagram and TikTok and make cutesy dances and things like that. But what do they want from me? Because every person that buys from you is in pursuit of an experience, they're in pursuit of a feeling. What type of feeling are they in pursuit of? And once you can understand that, you can say, okay, they are lacking confidence. This is why they buy my hair. This person wants to create a legacy for their family. That's why they need my marketing services. Mohammed, what do you have on that point?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Especially, it's so uncomfortable for a lot of people to tell their stories, right? Even me, when I started making content for my own channel, it was really hard to go deeper, just like you said, inside myself and then get it out. But that's what you have to do because that's what people connect with. People connect with stories. Even when we were kids, like the friend that you like, it's somebody that you had a little something similar with, but you learned that through a story. Oh, we did this, and then this happened. Oh my God, me too. Oh, we're best friends. Ah, that's crazy, right? That's how it works. So this is very, very important. Own your story and then teach it. What do your customers need? What do they need? What are they struggling with? What's their pain?
Yeah,
What problems they have that you can solve? And then teach that. That's how you build value into your environment. And then people start looking at you as well. So I agree with that 1000%.
you need to be doing surveys on your customers, asking them what are their pain points, what do they need help with, right? Like Mohammed said. Here's a little hack for you. Find somebody on YouTube, which YouTube is a great example and confirmation that people love storytelling. Go on YouTube and find a YouTuber who is in the same industry as you are. Look at the biggest influencers there, right? The biggest channels. Now go to their comment section and look at what their viewers are asking them.
That's
Can you
good.
make a video on this? Can you make a video? I want to see a video on that. Same thing on Instagram. Those big influencers, they have lots of comments on suggestions on content. Take those, make your list, and that is how you can start with a lot of what your type of demographic would want from you, right? The same thing they're asking, that's what they want from you. And how can you start teaching? Okay, you can start doing your videos, make them 10 minutes or longer, just in case they blow up. You never know. Make it 10 minutes or longer on YouTube. That way it can get monetized and you can get money from it. But you can even start with just one principle. One principle. Just share one point. That's a 1 minute video. That's for Instagram. That's for Facebook, right? So just start doing it that way. And then also microblogging. What is microblogging? A paragraph or two in your captions. Instagram loves it when you make people look at a post for a long time. So if you create a post, make sure you have a couple of paragraphs in the caption, and that's your microblog. That's your open diary. But make sure that there's a call to action at the bottom, clear and specific. Make sure you're cross pollinating, meaning you're saying, follow me here, 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 and here. Or link in the bio for all the places you can follow me. That way you're making sure that people can follow you on all platforms. And do that for every post. So let's go to the second point, and that's going to be on engagement. So one of the biggest early on mistakes you can make with social media, and I've made it over and over again, especially being a busy entrepreneur, is relying on content. And then you think to yourself, well, I'm putting out content consistently and my content looks good. Why aren't people following me? Well, that is not what Instagram and Facebook are all about. Okay. It's not about just putting something cute up there, it's about something that's engaging, thought provoking, something that will spark discussion, something that people will share, right? Something people will keep coming back. There's those Instagram pages where you is something you want to know and you're going to go straight to that Instagram page because they're always going to have something on that specific topic. Think about your Instagram as being your channel, cable channel, right? On Lifetime, there's always going to be about a woman going through a problem and she's going to be the hero at the end. So anytime I want to see something like that, Lifetime is the place to go. And then you have all these different channels. What is your channel about? Think about your Instagram being your magazine. If you had a magazine about your one particular topic, you know what a magazine does? It gives information, it makes you think, it makes you want to talk, it sells something, but it's also giving you content, right? And it is promoting different things, but it's still within brand. And then everything looks great. But most of all, what is it doing? It's making people engage, right? It's making those channels that's consistent about what they put out on TV. It's making people turn at a certain time every day to go to engage. That's engagement for them. Viewership is engagement. So you need engagement, which is comments on your Instagram. If you want those beautiful posts that you are creating to get seen, you've got to get people to comment. So that means your post can't just be beautiful, it has to be something that gets people talking. Mohammed, what do you have on that?
Whoa, this is engagement is everything. Engagement is conversation, engagement is communication, and it's very important because that's how you connect with people so that they can follow you, right? And this is a mistake that everybody makes. Everybody, me included, you like you said, and a lot of other people. We put the content out, we put in all of this work, put the content out, and then sit down thinking, oh, they're gonna come. Oh, why don't they come? Oh, why don't they come? Oh my God, I've been doing this for years, but why
Yeah.
don't they? They don't come because you don't go at them first, right?
Hmm.
Going at them, it's doing everything that you were saying. Going at them is understanding their pain and then making the content that solve that issue so that they can engage with it, right? And also going at the engagement itself too. Going into just like Miss Level was saying earlier, when you go onto these big influencer pages and you read all of the comments, comment there too. Don't just read it.
Yes.
Comment over there, like, engage. That's how they'll click on your page and they'll be like, oh, who's this guy commenting on my thing? Let me check him out. Oh, I kind of like what he's doing. Let me follow him and let me comment on his thing too, right? So if you want to get, you gotta give too. So if you want to get engagement, you need to give engagement, and then you'll keep getting more engagement.
I want you to stop right now. Whatever you think about social media, I want you to always, always remember this. And we only have about 5 more minutes left. When you think about social media, if you don't take anything that we're saying, remember this. When you think about social media, it is 50% content, 50% engagement. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot leave engagement out, because what Instagram is going to assume is that you're just a spammer, or you're just somebody trying to take advantage of their free promotion. They reward you for spending money with them and creating engaging content. Those are the two things. That's what they want. They want you to spend some ads, then they will boost you. They want you to get people talking, then that will encourage you to keep posting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they set it up that way so that if your post is not getting people talking, they will push it down.
Mm-hmm.
And if I told you how many hours a day you should spend on social media just commenting and liking, it will make your head spin. You're going to say, who has time for that? This is why social media managers exist. They exist because you don't have time to do that. It is a job to just engage on social media. You need to think of social media as your business as well, right? This is your business. Guess what? Your social media is as much part of your business as your product, as your service.
Right.
That is your product and your service. It's your product and your service. And it will serve you, but you can't have this attitude of, well, I'm going to commit to post once a week. I'm going to commit to post 3 times a week, and then pat yourself on the back. Guess what? You're going to be the only person liking your own post when you think like that. Because like when I tell you about investment, to really leverage this thing, you have to invest in social media. Somebody asked me earlier this week. I'm going to read to you since nobody's asking questions, and I invite you to ask questions. I'm going to read off, and I'm not going to say the person's name, but this is an actor and producer that I know. And he reached out to ask me, what do I think about, what he needs to do for social media? So this is what he said. I have a quick question about social media. How do you stay motivated to utilize social media as a tool? I'm not a fan of being on social media all day. It takes away time from other things I have my hands on. I also realize what time period we live in and how important it is. So, to reiterate, how do you do it?
That's
The reason,
actually a good question.
I mean, well, Muhammad, I think you're laughing because you like, huh? Like for real? Like this is what I said. I said, I can't afford not to. All of my competitors are using it to their advantage. Okay? It's either use it and have social proof behind you, and social proof behind who you say you are, or risk not having credibility, a brand, or a following, or customers, right? So if you don't do it, all you're doing is hurting yourself and your revenue potential. It's going to limit your impact and your ability to help others. So the thought of not doing it isn't an option. Okay. I've hired people to handle it because I can't stay on there all day either, but this is why social media managers exist. So he says, so to stay motivated, you say motivated because you can't afford not to use it. And I said, no one can. No one who wants to be taken seriously, right? People today want evidence that you are who you say you are. They need to trust that you are real and not a fraud. And beyond that, it builds a following, a tribe, customers, and opportunities. It's just like limitless. So, these days, especially if you want to sell high ticket items like I do and like Muhammad do, you know, later on this year, we're going to have courses that are very high ticket and it's coming, okay? um, you have to have social proof. People need to be able to Google you and see pictures of you. Your Everything about you needs to be on the first page of Google. Your Instagram, it needs to be long and it needs to show everything you're doing and all that great stuff that you want people to know, but you want to, I just want to be in silence. I just want, have you heard that, Muhammad? Have you heard people say, oh, well, I just want to move in silence, like a
Yeah,
ghost? I want to move
yeah,
in. I'm not trying to beat up on
yeah,
anybody with that.
yeah.
I don't want to beat up on anybody with that. But baby, if you move in silence, then that is what your customers will be. Silent. Silent.
Right.
You better put your reviews on there to show the big things you're doing all of these things because people need to know that you're great. And I mean, what do you want? That you want them to just like discern you? They just gonna like figure out, oh, you know what? I see you. I see you. And they're gonna put in your message, I see you. And that's all the rewards you're gonna get. Okay. You you are responsible for who you are online. You are in control of who you are online. You can decide who you want to be online. And with that, we'll close because we're at our 30-minute mark. Muhammad, do you have any closing remarks?
I just wanted to chime in for maybe 10 seconds on the
Mhm.
question that you had from your text.
Yeah.
That's actually a good question because actually you should join the group because we'll be talking about it. We'll be talking about the mindset behind social media, which is a good point. But just like Miss Level was saying, if you look at the stats today, even the e-commerce stats, I don't have them in mind right now, but I think, okay, I'll make a video on that too because I think that's good information.
Mm-hmm.
The e-commerce market blew up about 2 to 3 years earlier than it was supposed to, just because of all of the things that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
About 80% of more of people watch a video before making a decision. So just like she was saying, you can't even afford not to, especially if you have a business. So this is so important. And if you can't do it, you also need to be in the mindset that you have to invest in it so that you can get a social media manager, virtual assistant, whatever to help you do that. If you don't want to do it because you really cannot afford not to do it, especially as a business owner and especially as a small business owner because that's free attention for you. Big boys are playing the game. So if you don't play the game too, you really, really stay behind. And with the silent thing, there is this thing with Lil Wayne, G moving silence like lasagna. That's kind of true, but I'll tell you what, if nobody knows you, nobody will buy from you.
Period.
If nobody knows you, nobody will buy from you. And the easiest way today as a small business owner is social media. If you don't want to do it, you don't have the motivation to do it, switch your mindset so that you can invest into buying that time so that you can focus on doing what you're really good at and get a social media manager or whatever is going to help you with that.
Absolutely. In the very least, if you want to DIY it, buy my $7 book, 101 Social Media Gems. And that book, just to let you know, there's no fluff. It's an ebook. It's no fluff. It just gets right to the point. I asked you 101 questions you need to ask yourself so you can brand yourself properly. And then 101 gems on just tips. It's not in order, just tips on what you need to do. Just start doing this, start doing that, and you take it how you want to, and you could customize it how you want, but it's just tons of information, and you could just process it over a period of time or just go full force. But it's a $7 investment just so you can avoid watching hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos. I've already done that for you. So
Okay.
that is that. You can find that book on labeaudproductions.com. The link is down below. And then if you want a meeting with Muhammad and I, you want us both or you want one or the other, go ahead to Labeaud Productions and schedule a consult and then we'll get you set up. But thank you once again. We will be live next week, Wednesday, 11 a.m. CST, and we'll keep you updated on what that topic is going to be about. You can also make suggestions. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.